Driving 3D landscaping. Number 24R from Lacoste, Texas, at the IRP Racing Chassis, Robbie Minton in 24R. And the David Hood construction, number 35 out of Texas. The number 35 here, it'll be David Hood. And the Scott Ball Racing, number 66 IRP Racing Chassis from San Antonio, Texas, Johnny Torres. Former non-qualifier winner of the Hoosier Tire Southwest Summer Sport Mod Nationals down in Waco. The number 181, it'll be Kevin Manning. I think y'all can get a little bit louder by the time we get to the front. Driving the CD Electric Ace Transmission, number 12 car out of Sinton, Texas, it'll be Cody Leonard in 12. Driving the BP Equipment Company, number 9 Innovative Race Car, it'll be David Leger Jr. in the 9L. Y'all are killing me, South Texas. Y'all got to get a little louder for these guys. Driving the Swenson Racing Products 03 machine. What road are we on? Driving the 03 out of Corpus Christi, Texas, it'll be Marcus Meklacek. Hello, South Texas. The Corpus Christi hometown boy. This dude here has faced adversity all week long. The B&D Motorsports Express Chassis, Showtime signs, autism awareness, number 15 Express Chassis. It's Tracy Denby Jr. from Vidor, Texas. Your 2012 South Texas Shootout champion, jumping the CBR Shocks, Nickens powered Easy Line Pipe Support Company, number 48, it'll be Garrett Gregory from Tomball, Texas. The two-time winner of the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track a year ago in the Wichita Tank Racing. Western Flyer Race Car 44 Drywall. Knowles Racing Powered Western Flyer number 44, it'll be Kel Westover from Altus, Oklahoma. In the Sains Ford 101 Geddes Racing Powered Western Flyer Racing Chassis, your reigning South Texas Shootout winner, it'll be Tanner Whitmire from Taft, Texas. The former Super Late Model champ making his way down here to South Texas for the first time, driving the Ingalls Racing Performance DK Powder Coating TSK Designs number 81. It's Uncle Ricky Ingalls from Longview, Texas. From Corpus Christi, Texas, driving the number 184, took the fourth and final transfer spot in last night's qualifier. It's Brian Rye from right here in Corpus Christi. Driving the Innovative Race Car House Car tonight for Stephen Whitaker Jr., the bracket operating South Texas Speedway, DNSS Construction, Cottrell Racing, number 89C. It's J.J. Jennings from Corpus Christi. The 2016 South Texas Shootout champion. Driving the Caliber Collision Mattress Firm, First Class Towing, Churches Chicken, Cornwell Quality Tools, HEB Manufacturing, number 90K. It's Dustin Butcher, the 5-time track champ here at South Texas. Driving the transmission, All Ends Designs BMF Race Chassis number 87 from right here in Corpus Christi, one of the fan favorites, it's Lawrence Meklacek. And up to the second row now. Out of Crosby, Texas, one of the very well-respected veteran racers in our sport, driving the Fast One Speed Shop, Best Auto Parts Swenson Racing Components, number A1 from Crosby, Texas, it's Fast Phil Dixon. The owner and fabricator of Ingalls Racing Performance Chassis, driver of the Landry Performance Springs, Mac Tools by Robbie Bradley, TSK Designs number 12 at Longview, Texas, racing Jason Ingalls. Your front row tonight, race fans, it's the one on the outside of the two-time South Texas Shootout winner. No stranger to victory lane, hit last night's winner in the qualifier. And the driver, the owner and builder of Express Racing Chassis out of Lafayette, Louisiana. The DAM Services All Guy Incorporated, number 9, it's Shady Bear, Shane Aber from Lafayette, Louisiana. Gotta find the sweet spot. Your pole sitter tonight, Thursday night's winner for USMTS Modified. I'm sorry, Chris Brown. I'm sorry, Chris Brown. It happens. Ladies and gentlemen, your pole sitter tonight, the driver of the McNorton Dewatering, number 21, Lone Star Hydro Maintenance entry with CBR Shocks providing the dig of that Innovative Racing Chassis number 21. It's downtown Chris Brown from Spring, Texas in car number 21. Everyone up on your feet if you're willing and able to do so. On your feet, South Texas. 4 wide salute here off of turn number 4. The best of the best. Only go 4 abreast here at South Texas Speedway as the best limited modified drivers, 7 sport mile competitors on the planet here in the sparkling city, ready to lay it all on the line for 60 circuits. Jason Ingalls, the son of the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Famer Doug Ingalls, Phil Dixon, well respected, Lawrence Meklacek. The lights are out. We're ready to go for 60 laps at South Texas Speedway off of 4. With Chris Brown and we're underway in the Spotlight City. Patience will be a virtue tonight for some of these guys. They gotta let the race come to them. We'll see who elects to play conservative or who goes with the aggressive card. Off of 4. Brown will lead the first second here at South Texas tonight. Down the back straightaway, Shane Abear going to hold the outside line, and this is nice. Everybody looking good right now. Haven't laid a fender on one another. Coming and going. The 15 of Westover working to the mid part of the back. Three now. Fourth is Meklacek. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Westover going 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. Westover trying to fizz to the inside of J.J. Jennings. Speeding up. Chris Brown. There's a way, make my way back to the booth here. Brown leads in the 1. Right to the middle lane. Here comes Abear. Shane Abear with Jason Ingalls riding back in 3rd. And this time Ingalls moves up to the middle lane of the racetrack right to that strip of rubber. Here comes Shane. This is what you like to see. These guys all racing hard. We've weeded the field down to the best ones that you can find. Here comes Abear for the race lead. Brown has to feel the pressure. The McNorton dewatering number 21 has the pressure to the inside. Abear nearly skidded the Uke tire down there at the bottom of the hub of the racetrack in 4. In 1. Abear undoubtedly has many more laps contested in these big paying limited modified events, but I think a little bit, and there comes the caution. And then Ricky Ingalls. And Dustin Butcher, the lights are out, we're back underway. Again, 7 laps for score, 23 to go, and round number 1 of this 30-lapper so far. Oh my goodness. Hard hit for Garrett Gregory off the exit of turn number 2. Got some heavy contact there. And he's limping down the back straightaway, not sure if he'll get out of harm's way. And he will try to, but the caution flag immediately weighs on the speed plan. He's humming. And we're back underway at South Texas. Well, Jason Ingalls, just as you look down and look up, and Ingalls has taken over the lead. What's new? If Westover going to look to throw the slight job on the 90K of Butcher. Can't get the job done. They'll show him some pressure, though. Down the straightaway into 1. Jason Ingalls using a lesson learned from his father. Down the back straightaway. So there's an Ingalls leading the race, and there's an Ingalls at the caboose. Ricky Ingalls at the tail in 81, but 12 is nephew Jason out front, the owner and fabricator of Ingalls Racing Performance Chassis at Longview, Texas. Ingalls no stranger to victory lane with big paying events for this division. Armadillo National scored Money in the Bank, $3,000. Tootsie Smith Memorial at Arclotex as Meklacek goes to work. Ingalls off of 4 with about a 5-6 car length advantage as he heads off into 1. Denby. And Robbie Minton turned in front of the field after several of them got bottled up down there. Phil Dixon going to be involved, but and another one facing the wrong direction. Hard to tell from our vantage point. Lights are out. We are back underway. We get the wick turned back up. Here comes the Robstown Texan, Dustin Butcher off of 2 down the back straightaway with the mattress firm number 90K. I don't know why I keep saying 90K. But here comes Westover. Holy smokes. The 15 car digging around the hub of the racetrack. Looked like he was going to drive the thing all the way into the beaches of Corpus Christi. And the car pushed and washed up the racetrack to the middle lane. They're 3 wide back there behind him. Oh my, here comes Brian Rye. As Lawrence Meklacek showing that he has got something for these boys tonight. Down the straightaway they come, showing pressure to the 21 of Chris Brown as Ingles is getting away again out front in 12. Racing Jason Ingles. But I'm telling you, right back here is the battle with Rye. The cheese and the cracker right there around the hubs, the 89C Innovative Racing Chassis House car of J.J. Jennings from Corpus. Whitmire right there as well. 2 or 3 sets of eyeballs would be needed to see all the great battles of action on the racetrack right now, but it's heating up for second. It's heating up for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. And there's a lot of comers and goers and movers and shakers taking place right now. You got to get what you can get. This is a no-holds-barred 60-lap affair for 8,900 to win. As Westover just went to work and punched the time clock. He brought his stamps. He sent it down into 1 and 2. It did not quite stick, though. He'll throw the stamp back on the envelope one more time down to the bottom and serve papers to the 87 of Meklacek. Meklacek says, well, we'll go ahead and we'll see you in court, bud. Into 1. Meklacek now pulls to the back bumper to the number 21 of Chris Brown for second. As Jason Ingles is just dominating at this portion of the race. Ingles can't do any wrong. The car will go anywhere he would like to put it. As the caution flag waves again here at South Texas. Chris Brown drove it to the top side of turn number 2. Squeezes the number 87 on Meklacek. It slows his momentum, and here comes Westover trying to take advantage, and he'll try to throw it down to the inside and show him some pressure. Westover. Oh, Westover nearly bit the concrete. What a save. What a save by Kel Westover. I don't mean to blow smoke up the guy's rear end, but I think that was a pretty phenomenal save. May have not looked as like it did on Race on Texas, but I think a lot of guys would have bit concrete right there. He corralled it. He corralled it as the 87 fit the gap and was not going to allow him to walk through the threshold. As Westover now goes to work. Doesn't appear that he has much damage on that from that contact. His night would have been finished if he ended up biting the concrete. You had to think that he'd have been a factor this weekend after all the cards and the aces that he has thrown out from his deck this weekend. Showed speed all weekend long. Speaking of Westover, and the cream rising to the top here in South Texas. Westover planning the run. The Big 10,000 at the King of Boot Hill, the Battle of Boot Hill coming up where he led laps at that one. That one will be coming up the first weekend of June at the Boot Hill Speedway. Nonetheless, going to race a lot of big factory stock races this year. Teamed up with Dark Horse Racing Shocks and Robbie Crabtree. We'll see what happens here tonight, though. Oh, Jason Ingles just lost the power plant. Ingles just lost a power plant off of 2, and that is a heartbreak for Jason Ingles. 21 laps complete as car 21 leads him off of 4 to the green flag. 21 complete. It'll be 9 laps to go in this first session of this 30 lap. Tracy Dimmy Jr. is going to nearly go upside down, and he was able to save it. And Ron Skinner, woo boy. Please stay green, Chris Brown says. He's out front with the lead right now. Kel Westover and Lawrence Meklacek on his tire track, so back on their way off of 4. Chris Brown hustle him off in a 1-2. Here comes Westover. He'll slide up in front of the 87. Meklacek who gets a big run down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Westover up to second from 11th. As we get ready to wrap up this first round, look out, J.J. Jennings washed up the racetrack and nearly took a couple of guys with him. Right now, the class of the field to this point will be between the 15 of Westover and the 21 of Chris Brown. Heading off of 2. Down the back straightaway, Chris Brown separating himself a lot like Jason Ingles did when he was out front there in that longer duration of green flag. As Brown crossing right now underneath the stripe at 21. Westover hits it now. The 87 Meklacek in hot pursuit, sitting in 3rd. Whitmire up to 4th. Disposing of the 90 of Butcher. Butcher washes up the racetrack, opens the door for J.J. Jennings down the back straightaway. Kind of getting strung out a little bit. Able to race around the speedway right now, though, and that's what you like to see. who's got the best car here tonight. As we wind down the first portion of the 60-lap affair for $8,900 to win in the sparkling city at Stephen Whiteaker Jr., South Texas Speedway. Chris Brown putting on a clinic. Westover, equally as impressive on the left of the second early in this one. He's kept his nose clean. Had a valiant effort of a save earlier on the front chute after contact with the 87 car of Mikkelchek, who still sits third. Tiptoeing, hustling around the top side of the South Texas Speedway. Followed in total the same 401 Western Fly race car of Tanner Whitmire as they head off into one. Jennings, the best power on the racetrack is J.J. Jennings around the hub as they exit turn number 2 into 3. And the 90K up Butcher, who rolls the outside of the racetrack. They'll continue to wage war for it right now. Off of 4. Jennings, good right around the bottom. The momentum up top too strong. Whitmire, a big bobble. It's going to tighten up right now, 4th, 5th, and 6th into turn number 3. J.J. Jennings drives a deep off into the corner. Jennings rolling the hub. Pushed a little bit that time, corrects the car. And the 90 races back by. Getting ready to click off the final lap here, and 30 laps complete. Chris Brown wins segment number 1. Kel Westover will finish second in round 1. The 87 of Mikkelchek is third. Whitmire to 4th. 5th will go to Jennings, and 6th will go to 90 of Butcher. Brings the McNorton dewatering number 21 to the green. Off of 4, we're backing away South Texas Speedway. And a 1. We'll see what kind of changes and what they are going to do to these cars on the racetrack. Down the back straightaway, J.J. Jennings trying to go to the outside of Whitmire, and Whitmire drives a deep off into turn number 3 to the inside of Mikkelchek. Washes up the racetrack, opens up the door for Jennings. They go through line number 2. Taylor and Shea working the hub, working it well on the number 9. He'll go to the inside of J.J. Jennings now. Down the back straightaway, here comes Marcus Mikkelchek. Marcus Mikkelchek making up a few grounds as well, as Chris Brown still leads here at Corpus Christi tonight. Down the front straightaway, Westover, stalking Hawkins concept, can't quite get there. As that'll be 2 more in the history books, 28 laps to go here in South Texas for $8,900 to win. Whitmire coming on strong here. Side by side with David Lachey Jr. into turn number 1 and 2. That's the best battle right now on the speed plant. And the caution flag comes out. Lawrence Mikkelchek representing Corpus Christi well tonight. One for the old schools. Old school cool still in 87. He's riding well tonight. He sits in third on the restart. We're backing away here at South Texas. Contact down the front straight. It looked like Whitmire may have kissed the wall. Tough break for Tanner Whitmire. He'll come up limp at the top of turn number 1. Tanner Whitmire, his stellar run tonight here on this Saturday night special looks like it's going to come to a screeching stop. And Whitmire tagged the front stretch wall just slightly. Chris Brown goes by the moniker of Downtown. The very well-respected great racer out of Spring, Texas, puts his foot to the floorboard, gets us back under the green here at South Texas Speedway tonight, live on RaceOnTexas.com, the official video provider of the South Texas Speedway, and on demand, into 1. 3 wide momentarily there for second. Mikkelchek receiving pressure, or putting pressure on Westover. Down the back straightaway off of 2. Ricky Ingles coming and picking up a few on that restart in the number 81 car. He'll go to the outside of the number 27 of Del Rio. Off of 4. A little bit of PSG here. We need some police stay green action. Let's go. Into 1. Here comes J.J. Jennings. Jeremiah Jennings down the back straightaway. Rolling to the inside of the number 87 of Mikkelchek. Mikkelchek feels the pressure. 89 rolling the hub, rolling it well off of turn number 4. J.J. Jennings looking good. Will the bottom end up coming to fruition for the 89 car? You'd have to think that if you can roll the bottom and execute it, you might be able to save a little bit of your equipment, and obviously the quickest line around the racetrack is going to be right around that hub. As David Leger takes a peek down there to the inside once the 89 went back up top. Chris Brown has not buzzed off that lane that Jason Ingalls showed early in this race. Ingalls showed the quick lane. Seems like years ago that Shane Hebert fell out of this race. Again, stretching it out up front. Looking to leave no doubt on the table. A 602 crate power plant underneath the hood. The bow tie, digging, singing a song around the South Texas Speedway Oval here. And it is officially show me what you got time. A good old show me what you got dirt track Saturday night special as Kel Westover just came up limping. His bid to win the South Texas Shootout just went up hard in smoke, and it flames off of turn number 2 as Kel Westover will come to a screeching stop, and his impressive run to second ends abruptly. We'll see what happens as they relight the candles and get the party back started off of turn number 4 with, once again, Chris Brown from Spring, Texas, your leader. I'm telling you, Ricky Ingalls is coming. Right now, down the back straightaway, back on the way, Lawrence Meklacek and Jennings door to door. Off of turn number 4. It's 21 still leading. Jennings going to nose ahead by about a half of a nose at the line in front of Meklacek's 87 machine. They roll off of turn number 2. J.J. Jennings showing that the bottom of the side of the racetrack is still there for the taking, and it's showing some steam. Keeping the momentum up underneath the 89 car, but still Chris Brown keeping the power band wound up in that crate power number 21 car. With his own set of shocks supplying the dig, the Chris Brown Racing shocks, and the innovative race car built by Stephen Whiteaker Jr., the alliance that was formed last season prior to 2018. As they roll off a contact. Trent Beaver and David Leger. Trent Beaver makes heavy contact. Beaver makes contact with the left rear of the 9L of David Leger and sent them both around like a top. And we'll see how this one is shaked out here.
Charging industry, you gotta take on the world someday. You got blood on your face, a big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place. We will rock you. Sing it now. We will.
Back and away. Lawrence Meklacek trying to fight back to the outside of the 89 of J.J. Jennings as they're 3 wide back there with the 81 of Ricky Ingalls, who had to cross down underneath the fuel tank of the number 184 of Brian Rye as they're 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th on the racetrack. Oh, goodness gracious. Meklacek had nowhere to go. Smacks the 2R door panel of the Apollo Towing Service entry of Ray Shawman. Bringing them back around to the restart. Chris Brown from Spring, Texas again. After quite a few cautions in this one. To be expected, but nonetheless, we're crossing our fingers and toes and hoping that we can get some green flag laps logged into these history books and seeing if anything will come to bear. As the 87 of Meklacek has worked his way, here comes Talon Mitten now. The Eagle has landed. Here comes Talon Mitten in car number 2. Will roll. He makes a little bit of slight kiss of contact with the left rear quarter panel of the bracket operating innovative race car 89C of J.J. Jennings. As now Jennings receiving pressure again from his good friend Dustin Butcher. They go 3 wide back here for 5th. Leger trying to get 2 for the price of 1, but he put 1 into his hip pocket and sidestepped him. And Mitten went back for a moment. Slid the nose of the 9L again. But Leger going to try back to his inside. Brian Rye way up top that time. Down the back straightaway, Brian Rye trying to use that backside momentum to his advantage. As they come through 3 and off of 4 down the boulevard, Meklacek has got to go, and he's got to go now if he wants to make Chris Brown ride back to Spring, Texas with a second-place performance tonight. Can he do it, race fans? Lawrence Meklacek going to have to get up on the whip and start whipping that horse now. The 87 running out of time.
How many laps?
17 laps are scored that time at the line. 17 laps are scored, and we're getting down to it. 12 laps remain this time by at the line. 12 more trips around the South Texas Speedway. And you're 8,900 to win Jerry Whiteaker Memorial. And Lawrence Meklacek is driving the absolute PISS out of that race car right now. Let's be honest. And he slid that bad boy off into 1 and 2 that last time. He's got it hanging out like a sprint car. Looks like Donnie Schatz at Charlotte into 1. Since he's 87, we'll say Aaron Reitzel on the All-Star circuit. Nonetheless, down the back chute. The battle for thirds, it's a good one. Oh, goodness gracious, the caution is back out. It happens. 12 laps to go, though, folks. Chris Brown from Spring, Texas again on the restart. Leads them to it. Off of 4, we're backing away. Good restart for J.J. Jennings, but Meklacek too strong on the outside. Meklacek will drive that all-in designs. Ace Automotive number 87 off of 2, and he'll take over the second spot again down the back straightaway. Here comes Brian Rye. Rye will throw his hat into the ring. Butcher around the hub of the racetrack. Watching J.J. up in front. Kevin Manning. He gets the All Grit No Quit award tonight here at South Texas Speedway. Kevin Manning just disposed of the 9-0 of David Leger. Leger will fight back and take that spot back away from him as Manning slid way up top of turn number 4. And Kevin Manning is going to bring out the caution. Chris Brown, 9 laps to go. Dustin Butcher rolls to the outside, and here comes, and Lawrence Meklacek in heavy smoke. Pop goes the weasel for Lawrence Meklacek. Alrighty, folks. So still 9 laps to go. 9 more trips, race fans. Rye gonna slide up in front of the 9 of Leger. Leger has to check the throttle down the back straightaway. Rye goes to 4th. Leger battles back to his inside. I'm telling you, if the race right now were for second, there would be no doubt that we'd be up on our feet, hooping and hollering. The battle is outstanding. And let me tell you, folks, this is why right now the battle for second is so very important coming down to the wire, because this is all unofficial in tech. These guys have to pass tech, and you never know what may happen for second, third, fourth. Every single position is so very valuable on the racetrack. You don't want to count your chickens out here. So it'll be 5 more trips, and Chris Brown making a snoozer of it here in South Texas. He said he hadn't flipped a switch yet, and on that last restart he went ahead and did it. In an absolute domination tonight. Would have certainly loved to see if Abear were able to hang on for the duration of this race and add in Jason Ingalls. If he'd have had a healthy car to get down to the home stretch, what would it been like? Chris Brown only playing the cars that he was dealt and playing them to his favor. As the number 21 car, again, as the fog continues to get a little bit thicker off the exit of turn number 2, as Dustin Butcher, again, folks, extremely important as we see 2 laps to go. The battle for second, very important right now. All results, of course, pending and unofficial after the results. 1.5 laps to go when the 21 car meets the midpoint of the back straightaway, and he does. Dustin Butcher gonna look to come home the bridesmaid and hold back J.J. Jennings. The white flag is out in an absolute domination for Chris Brown from Spring, Texas. Final time down the back straightaway. He'll return to the cockpit in 2019 to open up this season on a foggy night In 2019, to lift the lid at South Texas Speedway, your inaugural Jerry Whiteaker Memorial winner goes to downtown Chris Brown from Spring, Texas in 21. Second, we'll go to the number 90 of Dustin Butcher. The 89 of J.J. Jennings comes home with a respectable finish.
Hey, I want to interview the top.
Yeah, I hate to see that for Jason. We like racing with Jason, and, he's a heck of a driver. And, unfortunately, sometimes things like that happen. And trust me, if everybody knew all the trouble that we went through in the pits trying to get this thing right here to run, I mean, it has been 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning the last 2 nights. You'd think we didn't even work on it the night before, but, trying, and right here before, and we kind of given up hope, and Joey here was like, it's bad gas. So we pumped all the gas, we put new gas in it, and it just kept clearing up and clearing up. Dude, I'm telling you, we have changed everything electrical on this car, fuel-wise, bypassed, anything that you can imagine to try and find out what the heck was wrong with it, because it just would not run, and that's the best it's run right there. I gotta send a huge thank you to Gabe Tucker and Brad Gaines. Their carburetor's actually on this motor. They had, unfortunate that they didn't make the race, but, I guess it worked out for us because they're nice enough to yank the carburetor off that they've been running and loan it to us. So, thank you to him. There's so many people to thank. I don't know if you got more questions, but I got a ton of people.
We'll allow you to get as many as you'd like to out. I know this is a big victory for you, Chris. Obviously, you earned it tonight, 60 laps. That had to be in the back of your mind. You mentioned the car stumbling and working so hard on it. From the fans' view, they may have thought, okay, well, you won here on Thursday, so what went wrong, obviously? But the motor was popping. We saw you working on the car in the pit area. You may not face adversity, particularly on the racetrack, but after you won that race, you had all kinds of problems, and it had to be in the back of your mind going around there with all the cautions we had.
Well, yeah, I mean, we hot lapped, and man, it was the worst it's been, and we thought we had it whooped. It was clear. Every time we throttle up, it would fall on its face, and like I said, we kept trying stuff. We thought we had it fixed. So many guys in the pits, offered to help. The Whiteaker family, Johnny Torres, I didn't even catch their last name, but JoJo and something Tidwell, those guys offered to, let us use one of their distributors. I mean, people were coming left and right, and that's what we like racing with this bunch, because you don't expect it, but at the same time, everybody's so friendly. They're all out here to help each other out, and I can't thank all those guys. I know I'm missing people, but for my competitors in the pits, thank you so much. Mike Johnson, I mean, this guy ran to Joey's shop, picked up carburetor care packages, spark plugs, because the city of Corpus Christi, we have officially bought every racing spark plug that they have, because we couldn't find one. But he drove in from Houston, driving all over the place, brought us another power plant, but we kept thinking that we had this one, whooped, and everything happens for a reason, I guess, but so many people to thank.
Where's this ranked for you? Obviously not the largest paying win of your career. You won $10,000 at Lone Star Speedway several years ago for the Armadillo Nationals. At that time, that was the biggest paying win of your career. This has got to rank pretty far up there with everything you've been through to get back here.
Yeah, I mean, everything that I've been through, everything, I'll be honest with you, everything we went through this weekend, I mean, Joey, Doug, like I said, Mike, so many guys, busted their tails. I mean, we're up at, I think it was 5 or 5:30 this morning. Joey and I are sitting there talking. Doug had a piece of metal in his eye. We had to take him to the optometrist. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't know what it looked like out here, but it was a whole hell of a lot of work in the pits, I guarantee you.
Most of the time, the fans, guys like me, we don't always see all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes just to make a race, just to make the race weekend work, much less come out here with a victory. When you face the adversity, it makes them that much sweeter. I know you're definitely going to enjoy this one.
Yeah, I mean, and then, to top it off, I mean, being the Jerry Whiteaker Memorial, Steven, he runs our cars and helps sell them. And, I've known Stevie for a while prior to this deal and always got along with him and his family. Obviously Jerry was a big part of their family, and that's why they're, putting this race on to remember him, and the fact that we could come out, and I think this is the inaugural one to get it, that's special to me.
If you'd like anybody else you'd like to thank, total domination for you tonight, Chris Brown. Congratulations to you, man. You definitely earned it.
I'd like to thank McNorton dewatering, Jesse McNorton, he does so much for us. He helps us. This guy is so selfless in everything that he does, him and his wife, and support our program and give us this opportunity, great equipment to race. Performance graphics always, Garrett, my brother, they do a heck of a job keeping us always looking fresh. CBR Shocks, ID Machine and Fab, like I said, Joey and Doug, the amount of work these guys put in is insane. Brad Gaines, Gabe Tucker, I know I'm forgetting somebody. I want to thank my wife and my family back home, really all of our families, because, again, innovative race cars, started a year ago, and, when you're building, we didn't copy anything, so I'm saying that because, when you build from scratch, you got to build the whole freaking jig, fixtures, and get everything to repeatability, and, but I think you see it, I don't know where Leger.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, so Leger, all these guys, they're buying into the program and the repeatability, and we're trying to really build a superior product, and it's obviously it's paying off.
Nobody can ever count against your grit, and no quit for you tonight, Chris Brown. Congratulations, man. You definitely got up on the wheel and earned it, man. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.